of Finance, Kabombo Town Council.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, House. My name is Moya Ikangira, Director of Engineering for Kabombo Town Council.
Thank you. I'll invite the honorable members of Parliament online and those who are here, starting with Honorable Member for Mangango.
Thank you so much, Chair. Good morning to you and the good people of Mandevu. Good morning, fellow honorable members of Parliament. Morning, our permanent witnesses. Good morning, Kabombo Town Council. Morning, our viewers and the listeners out there. I'm Mwene Luhamba, Member of Parliament for Mangango, and I'm a member of this committee. Thank you.
Chair, thank you so much. CS, good morning. You've done magic on me because in your entourage there is a imitated product. There's a imitated product, Chair. So Motelo or Mishek is my name. I am MP for Mitete. Where CS you have one of those in your team for Mitete. I was almost declaring, but Chair, the numbers are putting me in an awkward situation. But you are welcome to your committee. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. Honorable members online, Honorable Member for Siavonga. Honorable Member for Kaumbwe.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning. Good morning, honorable members of Parliament. Good morning, permanent witnesses, and welcome Kabombo to your committee. I'm Honorable Dr. Aaron Mwanza, area member of Parliament for Kaumbwe constituency in the district of the Eastern Province. You're most welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honorable Member for Siavonga. Chair, are you there?
Sir, good morning. Good morning, Chair.
Good
morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Chair.
Thank you very much. Witness, good morning. Chair, my name is Amunda Darius, Member of Parliament for Siavonga constituency, and I'm a member of that committee, the Committee on Local Government Accounts. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. Witness, my name is Christopher Shakafuswa. I'm a member of Parliament for Mandevu constituency. I'm the landlord of the National Assembly, so you're in Mandevu. You're welcome to Mandevu constituency. I'm privileged to chair this session today. The chair is out on equally important parliamentary duties. And so before we begin our meeting, I wish to confer you with immunity according to Cap 12 of the laws of Zambia, which gives immunity to members of parliament when they are in the House and in committee. And the same is extended to you, meaning that the information that you give to this committee cannot be used against you outside Parliament or indeed any courts of law, as long as it's factual. However, should you deliberately mislead or give false information, the same Cap 12 can be used against you. And it is the view of this committee that you cannot deliberately mislead it. Having said that, I now wish to invite you to make your submission.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, permit me to present a memorandum of the controlling officer in response to the audit queries. Specifically, Kabombo was queried on cross-cutting audit findings, which should be found on paragraph 312, and appendices 1, 2, 3, 6, 16, 22, 26, 27, and 32 respectively. Appendix 1, Chair, is just a statement to affirm the auditor's opinion that was placed upon Kabombo In response, Kabompo Town Council took into consideration of the guiding principles in the preparation of financial statements, hence the auditor's opinion of having unqualified financial statements for 2020.
Just a guidance, CS, you will explain when the honorable members ask you a question. For now, you can read the audit query, then go to the management response, action taken, and remedial measures.
Thank you, Chair, for your guide. Appendix 2, on the management response, the cause of query there, Chair, is failure to spend a total sum of 1,134,818. Action taken. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to state that the unspent amounts of funds came from the ministry towards the construction of Kasaria Washa Crossing Point. The council has so far utilized the total amount totaling to 919,806.49 were towards the same project. The council executed the project in the next financial year due to funding being received towards the year end. The project, Chair, has since been completed. Appendix 2 will explain in detail to us affirm our position on this matter. Remedial measures, Chair, with the current guidelines on management of public finances, the Council will ensure to spend funds within the financial year as guided. Move on to Appendix 3, Chair. The management response. This is a query of failure to collect revenues amounting to 38,600 kwacha. Action taken. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to state that the uncollected funds were for the unpaid plot for RDA amounting to 35,600. The balance uncollected funds from the council shops due to loss of business at the down market. The occupier later settled the outstanding debt as attached, Chair, on Appendix 3 and other supporting documentations. The remedial measures, the council will be offering plots on first-come, first basis with a 50% deposit on the premium charge. Appendix 6, Chair, the query is failure to control and manage markets. Action taken. Management acknowledges the auditor's observations. The 4 markets in question were built by the community themselves with support from funding that came from the Ministry of Agriculture. Hence, the control and management were placed under the cooperatives in these respective areas. However, the council managed to engage the cooperatives from these respective markets to discuss the way forward on the control and management of markets. Arising from the meeting, it was resolved that council should take over the management of the markets. Chair, attached as Appendix 4, I think pictures and information alluding to that fact. The remedial measures, council will ensure the control of markets are within the provision of the law, specifically the Bus Station and Market Act of 2007, Chair. Appendix 16. Appendix 16 was a query on unconfirmed staff. Chair, failure, the cause of query is failure to confirm 2 members of staff. The action taken. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to state that the follow-up was made with the Local Government Service Commission and the officers in question have since been confirmed. Appendix 5 is a proof of the correspondences and the confirmation letters, Chair. Remedial measures. The Council will endeavor to follow the guidelines and the condition of service, particularly on staff matters, in relation to confirmation of staff. Can move on to Appendix 22, Chair. Appendix 22, cause of query is failure to maintain council properties. Action taken. Management also acknowledges the auditor's observation and wish to state that the council has so far worked on the ablution block And the council is also in the process of rehabilitating one staff house and in the process of working on the other properties that have been budgeted in the 2024 budget. Appendix 6 gives further details to this claim. Remedial measures, Chair. The council has budgeted for the renovation of other 2 properties in the 2024 budget. Appendix 26. Chair, this is a query for failure to sort waste. The action taken, management acknowledges the auditor's observation and wishes to report that the failure to sort waste is as a result of indiscriminate dumping of all types of waste by marketeers and the public. However, management has been making arrangements to implement sorting of waste at generation stages and by sensitizing all waste generators on the importance of sorting waste at the generation stage. Furthermore, management intends to provide different types of waste receptacles for different types of waste generated by the marketeers and the public, which shall be labeled accordingly. On remedial measures, Chair, the Council will continue to sensitize. We continue with the sensitization campaign to the communities on the management of waste. Appendix 27, Chair. Because of query there is failure to provide waste receptacles. The action taken. Management acknowledges the auditor's observation and wishes to state that the Council has since provided 20 wheeled bins which have been distributed accordingly. Appendix 7 will actually attest to that claim. Remedial measures. Council will ensure availability of waste receptacles in all strategic areas. Appendix 32. Query was on failure to settle an amount totaling to 5,142,922 as outstanding on statutory obligations. Action taken. Management acknowledges the auditor's observation and wish to state that the outstanding balances comprises the following: 2.7 million for NAPSA, 288,000 LASIF, 1.9 million was for ZRA, 164,000 was for NIMA, 74,000 was Matson, and Zulao, it was not a debt but they are owing. It's about 9,577,000 kwacha. The Council has come up with a debt liquidation plan to offset the statutory obligation. Appendix 8, Chair, is what has been provided for in our budget as to how we shall proceed in dismantling this debt. So Council continue, in the remedy we are stating that Council continue paying salaries at gross and will continue paying off the debt. Chair, with these submissions, permit me to submit my case. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will now invite for interventions from the honorable members of Parliament. Honorable Mwene.
Thank you so much, Chair. Yes, I would like to guide you to take you to page 7 on failure to maintain council properties, as well as I want to marry them, Chair, with page 8, failure to provide waste receptacles.
Please go ahead.
Chair, I have noticed that this council chair was not able to do the works, okay, like on failure to maintain council properties. Only when they were audited, that's when the council went ahead, like on page 7, to work on the ablution block. And also on page 8, after audit, was only when they were able to procure 20 wheel bins. Now my question to the CS is, CS, why do you have to wait until audit. That is when you sort out even problems that you were able to sort out even before. I submit, sir.
Yes, Council Secretary.
Thank you, Honorable. In responding, I think, to that good question, I may just probably speak on the first one item, which is failure to manage and control four markets. I think, Chair, in my submission, I did allude to the fact that the markets, in the way they came into existence, Council had no input. I think this is common practice, more especially in rural areas, where communities come up with this initiative to come up with markets. So this was the case also for Kabompo. The communities through cooperatives saw it's wise to apply for funding, which were available then from Ministry of Agriculture, and they built up these markets. So in running the markets, they formed up committees called cooperatives that were managing. So at the time that the engagement that we provided is to see how best council will now come in. So the meetings, if you look at the appendices attached, there is a proof of a meeting that was called to cause an engagement. Definitely, we know law is on our part. We cannot just move in to grab. We wanted to provide an intervention where we come up with a 50-50 win situation. So in that predicament, I think we managed to win. And going forward, the information that is enshrined in the minutes and the report attached indicates that the community are now willing to proceed and will proceed now in managing the council property.
You are done?
Yeah, let me just come to maybe.
Yes, let him finish answering your questions, then you come up with follow-ups. Yes?
On the council properties, I think there was a query, if I got my honorable correctly, it's failure to manage. But we want first to confirm that the failure aspect is not deliberate, but due to constrained resources. If we look at the picture attached, you would find the questions, you find the properties that were questioned actually were in very deplorable state. Also wanted to do an approach where we begin stage by stage. So the house and the sewer which was connected, the ablution block which was connected, were enshrined in the other budget which have been executed. So the others will progress as is also indicated in the 2024 budget or 2024 budget. I think that's the kind of approach that we want to adopt as Kabom. Thank you, Chair.
May we allow Honorable Mwene to come up with his follow-up, then you... Okay, please go ahead.
Chair, thank you so much. Yes, yeah, because of the imitated product, it's hard. But on page 7, you've given us the administration block under rehabilitation. Where is the ablution, which you've said it is worked on and finished? You bring what you are working on, you forget to bring what you have worked on. Where is the evidence? That's one. Go to your appendix 6. Let's go to appendix 6. Chair, with your...
Yes, we are here.
Are you seeing that payment voucher? Both the Treasury and the Internal Auditor, are you there? All right. How much is written in words and how much is written in figures? For a start, we'll have those two interventions. No wonder, Chair, I would have now wanted to go to the unqualified opinion of the auditor. I've gone to the conclusion of the auditor. Yes, Kabompo has unqualified auditor's opinion, which is very good on your side. But I've gone into the letter which the auditor wrote to justify the unqualifiedness. If you go to the conclusion, you find what I'm finding. So number one, where is the evidence for the abortion block? Number two, that payment voucher. I would want you, the treasurer, internal auditor, to tell me the numbers in weights and figures. Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Let me probably give Director Finance to respond on the payment voucher on the omission that was done on although figures are never small in accounting, they are they make a difference. Maybe Chair, my Director of Finance can come in.
Let him use the other mic. That microphone is yours.
Thank you very much, Chair. Indeed, we would like to acknowledge the omission of A75 Kwachangwe. I think that is the reason why the audit hasn't even verified on that payment voucher. However, we would like to appreciate on the works which were being done by the Audit Office of the Auditor General, because this was for 2022, and their judgment was based on the recommendations for 2022. However, we haven't yet been audited for 2023, and the auditors have not yet issued any opinion on 2023. But however, we will try to rectify this problem. And
just on that voucher, what is the first date? The date on top there. Look at your voucher.
Maybe before you answer, you are saying you try to rectify or rectify. Which one?
it's rectify.
Thank you so much.
Chair, the first part was the CS said omission, though in accounts there's no words like omission. No, anything is less or more. Then the treasurer has said no wonder what? The internal auditor has done what? You were talking, sir. No wonder the internal auditor has done what?
In my submission, I clearly stated that the time when we are submitting this, I think they didn't pass through the office of the
They didn't pass it through?
Yes.
Is that the common practice at Kabompo, Chair? That payment vouchers are not supposed to pass it through the internal auditor? Chair, I seek your guidance.
Yes, yes.
Chair, as my Director of Finance has made mention of that omission, it is a common practice that all payments before my approval are supposed to be availed to internal auditor. But I may wish to make mention of this period. Our internal auditor was down, he was hospitalized, and the payment, looking at the nature and the agents of the matter, I think we allowed it to proceed.
Chair, I hear this, yes. Any evidence that the internal auditor at that time was in hospital? Do you have any evidence?
Yes, yes.
Chair, we may not have the evidence in terms of maybe sick notes and what was actually given by the hospital. But what we were used to is what transpired. But unfortunately, an omission on that part, if it was required, we could have availed the information to Augusta House, my submission, Chair.
So you are the one that approved. You said we were authorized to go ahead.
Yes, it passed through all the stages. What just remained was the internal auditor part, just to ascertain. But it passed through all those stages. If you look at the backup and supporting documents that came with the payment voucher, it had all the necessary requirements, just apart from the auditor's part to affirm my submission, Chair.
Honorable Mtelo.
Thank you, Chair. No wonder now you are saying there is an omission. So, could take it that it was deliberate. Could take it that it was deliberate. When an officer is sick, is the office sick? I'm not saying you should force sick. If you fall sick, you as an officer, CS, then the office becomes sick. What happens when someone is sick?
I will invite you. Let him finish. When he's done asking, then I'll invite you.
When someone is sick, what happens? Maybe I end there.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Chair. In our establishment, unfortunately, we've only got one officer as internal auditor without assistance. So maybe going forward, as we are given in the new assignment, I think allocation of being given an officer who is yet to report. So in an omission, that officer is not there. Definitely looking at the nature of the controls, we cannot compromise by taking it forward maybe to accounts to make a perusal and verification of the payment that they are raising. So that is just the reason why there is that gap. We apologize, Chair. Thank you.
Controller of Internal Audit.
Thank you, Chair. I think the CS, they didn't take up more measures, because even if you have got one auditor, and that auditor, like you are saying that the auditor was sick, the payment vouchers, after the auditor came back in the office, you would have taken them back so that they are checked, because you are not supposed to verify the payments yourself. That's why the auditor is there to verify whether those payments are correctly done. Thank you.
Thank you. There was an earlier question from Honorable Mtelo on the evidence that you presented on the ablution block.
Chair, before the evidence, let's go on the dates there, on the voucher. What is the date on the top? Since the internal auditor is exempted, what is the date on the top there?
CS, what is the date?
The date on the voucher is 11th, it's just 1st November 2023.
1st November
2023.
Then downwards, those now who were coming behind. Which dates are there?
The one coming down is 30th October as a date of origination. 30th October 2023. Then the date of signing and approving.
CS, you read what is on the voucher, don't add.
The dates as they are sitting, from the first one, which is
on
1st
top?
November
Yes.
2023,
Yes,
we come down to 30th October 2023,
yes.
then we come back to 31st October 2023.
So which is the October? Which month? October is month number what?
Month number 10,
It ends at what?
31st.
Oh,
31st.
31st. So 30th, then 31st, then 1st November. Which date was generated? How do you generate?
How authentic is this document that it could have been generated in November, yet approved by UCS on the 31st of October? Yes, yes.
I've taken that I think that notification. Looking at from my director of finance is guiding that the date on the first is the date that it was actually presented to the bank. If we consider maybe the correspondence that further follow up that one, there is I think a receipt that was actually the date that the company receipted was 2nd. So meaning the 1st is the date that I'm guided. It was when the payment was actually taken to the bank.
You've heard the chair's question. How authentic is this? Look at 01 stroke, the first one.
Yeah, we acknowledge on the omission and changes in the dates.
Yes. So when you change, what happens? What do you do when you change?
But maybe just to acknowledge the authenticity, it's a proof that the funds were received by the company again by the
Chair.
attached receipt. I think that's
I
where we
leave,
begin.
I leave it to
no,
you, Chair.
No, CS. There's a question. When you change a date on a document as CS, what do you do? You notice there's an error on the date. What do you do?
The date, Chair, is supposed to be cancelled and countersigned.
Yes, and why didn't you do the same? Look at the recipient date. Are you able to see down there? You've seen the changing of dates there?
Yes, I've observed, Chair.
And the origination date?
Yes, Chair.
In your opinion, is this making sense? Treasurer, you can ask the treasurer to speak to the document. Yes, Treasurer.
Okay, thank you, Chair. According to the document, we had received this document that was on the 30th. So that was the time when we started preparing the payment voucher.
You received the document when?
The payment voucher, the person who wrote the payment voucher, it was first done on the 30th. Then, however, it was presented to the bank on 1st of November.
Where are you speaking to? Show us.
It's when you look at the prepared by. It was prepared on the 30th of October, 2023. Then the person who checked, it was checked on the 30th of October 2023. However, this was done sometime in the after the business hour for the closing for the banks, and the payment was issued for payment on 1st of November.
Before we go there, we are looking at this document here, and the question is, we have these two dates, the origination date, 01 November 2023, and the date that you want to speak to, that the payment was received.
Yes, Chair. So this is what I'm explaining. So the document, the payment voucher was prepared before the payment was made. So it was prepared on the 30th, processed for payment. That was on 1st of November. Then the money was
filling in these dates?
They are filled in by different people.
When you make a mistake, this is an accountable document. When you make a mistake on the date, what do you do?
You have to countersign.
Where has this person countersigned? You're saying different people that filled in. So the date for 01, there's a 10 there, then somebody deleted and put an 11. Who countersigned there?
I think it was just we acknowledge.
Who prepared the date there?
We acknowledge, but however, there's also another attachment.
Wait.
Yes.
I have not asked you for the attachment. Who prepared this date, 01/10/2023?
This was done by the credit officers.
The credit officer?
Yes.
Who?
By the name indicated there, Madam Edna Mutari.
And she didn't countersign?
No, she did not.
Honorable members, we may proceed to another question. The other question is, you have provided for the evidence for the building that you are maintaining, and you are saying your submission that you completed working on the ablution block. The honorable member is asking for the evidence.
We acknowledge, Chair, and we apologize for not probably attaching the other evidence in terms of pictorial to the works that were done on the ablution block.
Are you able to send the evidence to Secretariat?
We shall do that, Chair.
Please. Honorable Mwene. Before Honorable Mwene comes, I wish to acknowledge the presence of our Vice Chair, the Honorable Member for Kalulushi. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Kabompo Council. My apologies for coming in late. I'm just coming in from my constituency. My name is Honorable Kampamba Mlenga, Member of Parliament for the good people of Kalulushi. I am also Vice Chairperson of this committee. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
And I'm the only female in this committee, and I'm the only female on the Copper Belt. So I'm also shocked that there are just men in Kabompo Council.
No, but we have another female from the permanent witness side, so we are two today. Yes, Honorable Mwene.
Thank you so much, Chair. CS, Chair, I would like to guide the CS to page 9. Failure to settle outstanding statutory obligations. That is NAPSA, ZRI, NEMA, and Madison, as well as Allow. Yes, I would like to find out. I have just heard in your statement here that you have a plan with the NAPSA, but I have not been able to see the plan. On appendix 8, I haven't been able to see the payment plan with the NAPSA. I don't know whether the plan is just verbal or written. Then secondly, yes, I want to find out, according to your council, when do you intend to finish off paying up these statutory obligations? Because the longer you stay without finishing off paying, the more the bill goes up. I submit, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, Honorable. I think let me start by taking my Honorable to Appendix 8 attached. I think if you peruse through there on number 7, you would find a specific slot for NAPSA, indicating as to what the total amount that we are owing NAPSA. And if you go to what is saying mean payments, out of what we have planned, we have set aside the 21,000 towards that one, which will be paid monthly for 12 months. Definitely to not offload everything as it sits on that parameter. So in short, from our budget, we set aside a total of 666,000. That will be broken down according to the parameters of the debt that we are owing. And definitely at the end of this year, we would not have managed to offload everything. But we've actually gone a step ahead, though this hasn't got any maybe evidence that we can adjust to this. Our response in the next question as to when and what we are doing as a council to try and speed up this process. This provision was constrained and limited because of the forecast revenues that were estimated to come, maybe to accumulate in 2024. But however, we are going an extra mile. We want to take advantage of, I think, the non-availability of the most essential building material, which is blocks. And council has procured a block making machine, and we endeavor to start doing, producing blocks. That will be selling to these contractors that are doing maybe most of the construction work. That focus, Chair, would make us at least realize something. That would do a presentation, I think, in the council in an adjusted budget on how best we can build upon this parameter. Our issue is not to live as an indented council for long, because we know how, and the spiral effect that this is doing, more especially to NAPSA, where we are blocking even our colleagues, our fellow maybe workers that are able to claim something. But our mandate is to ensure that we...
Is this your principal amount? Did you take advantage of the waiver that NAPSA was giving on the penalties?
So NAPSA, Chair, I think we need to sit down with this one, because at the time that they gave us a bill, it has an accumulation of penalties. So we just need to engage them, because by the time that the auditor were picking, this was what was just picked as lump sum on what was being owed to NAPSA.
This is 2022. Why haven't you sat down? Because there's an amnesty going on there. Why haven't you engaged NAPSA?
We acknowledge, Chair, we are in the process because I think we've written to them. It's just a matter of making an appointment. You know, the NAPSA is only presence in Solwezi. So I think we will still endeavor to engage them.
CS, you go for workshops to any parts of Zambia, and it's always just nearby there. If there's a workshop tomorrow in Livingstone or Nakonde, you will go. But to go and negotiate down this date, you want to take 2 years. What is the correct date? Is it 1.7 or 2.7 as stated on page 8?
On page 8, Chair,
page 9. On page 9, you are saying NAPSA is 2.7. Here, on the appendix, you are saying it's 1.7. Council Treasurer. Page 9 of your report, you are saying 2.7 NAPSA, and on your appendix here, on the payment plan, you are showing us that NAPSA is 1.702. Yet, on page 9, you are saying it's 2.726. Which one is the correct figure?
Maybe just to come in, the 2.5, it's the money that the council is owing for NAPSA. And then the 1.7, it's the target amount which the council thought to be able to liquidate before the end of the year. Within, that was the provision that was made within the budget.
It's not, you are reporting here on page 9. CS, can you read what you owe NAPSA on page 9?
On page 9, Chair, I broke down the figure of 5.1 to
just
2 million,
NAPSA.
2,726,229.56 as a total amount owed to NAPSA.
Okay.
Thank you.
Then on the payment plan, you're saying 1 point. I just want us to understand. 1.7 million kwacha. Which one is which? As a balance. Number 7, NAPSA.
Okay. Chair, the explanation, I think, from my consultant, the Director of Finance, indicates that the total that we are owing is 2,726,726. But what was provided for in the liquidation plan is a target to settle 1,702,599 as in this year.
Yes.
Not necessarily getting rid of paying everything that is being owed to NAPSA.
And the difference also is also the penalties that were being accounted for during the time of the audit. That's the reason why it came to 2.5. But in our budget, we only budgeted for the dry rate, which was 1.7.
So CSC are saying 21,000 multiplied by 12 months will give us 1.7.
The 21,000 is the minimum payment, but our target is at least 1.7.
Anyway. Yes, Honorable Moyen.
So how is your calculation? Because your committee is failing to understand your calculation, firstly. Secondly, this your payment plan. Have you engaged the statutory bodies and gone into agreement that this is how much you will be paying them monthly? Or you just sat down and said, no, we will draft this and we'll be doing this on your own? I submit, Chair.
Yes, yes.
Chair,
before you come in, just hold on. Yes, Vice Chair.
Chair, for mine is just some advice moving forward. I don't know, maybe he should answer before I could actually give him, yeah.
Please respond.
Chair, maybe in a short response that we can give. Truly, when we came up with this payment plan, we took into consideration of an arrangement that we did with statutory bodies. Because as for Kabompo, what we have done is to maintain, to be current now No wonder in my area submission, you heard me say, we'll be paying salaries on gross. So gross is an accumulation of what is owed to statutory bodies. So when we are current and then we set aside some money as stipulated in the budget plan, that will be paying minimum as we also maintain the current status quo. My submission, Chair.
Vice Chair.
No, before she cancels. Thank you. Because she's going to cancel you to give you advice. But before the advice, first we query. Where is the written agreement with the statutory bodies as evidence? 1. 2. Suppose you default according to your plan here. What happens? I submit, Chair.
Yes.
Anyway, our apology, we did not maybe attach the evidence as an engagement with the statutory bodies, but we had a rapport to this effect. No wonder we came up with these figures. But Chair, if permission permits, as you also forward the other necessary documentation, we can do so. Thank you, Chair.
Chair, one last one, as the Vice will come to council. Page 7, on the confirmations. I've followed your letters to the Commission and the Commission to you. So, on the Appendix 5, Chair, with your permission. Appendix 5. The first letter is talking of what? Do we have anyone, human resource?
No, Chair.
You left the officer. Okay. So that letter, and then your follow-up letter, second last, before Appendix 6, reconcile those two dates. Then we'll be done. Are you seeing the follow-up letter? CS?
Yes, Chair.
What's the date?
The follow-up letter was done on 24 February 2024.
24? The follow-up.
23rd February 2024.
When was the officer substantively promoted? Go on the first letter.
In fact, on this one, Chair, permit me just to give an highlight and a request for a withdrawal of this backup because it has a contrast. The reason being, by the time that I was perusing through the queries...
You are withdrawing which one?
The last one.
So why didn't you withdraw it there?
It was an omission. That's why we are apologizing for maybe misleading the House.
Okay.
CS, through your chair.
Ask the question, then
CS,
I'll invite
how
CS.
many
Switch off your mic.
How
CS.
many omissions now? How many omissions? How many omissions? No wonder, Chair, there is no human resource officer here. Because this part is for the human resource officer. Now, the CS is saying, for this omission, maybe I end there. Chair, if we were to go through this report, query by query, we'll be here the whole day.
Yes, CS, you wanted to withdraw?
Yes, Chair. My earlier submission was that by the time that we were perusing and responding to queries, we had not yet received the confirmation on this. No wonder at the time that we are now preparing for submission, this was supposed to be omitted because by then we had just received the confirmation of the officers.
Yes, the confirmation comes way back. Then you make a follow-up in November, in February. Then you say we had not received. You've just said it's an omission.
When did you receive this letter dated 24th November 2023? As Kabompo Town Council.
the actual date of communication, normally we rely on the time that the letters are picked by officers when they collect correspondence from the commission. So what we take is the actual date that is actually indicated on the letter of correspondence, which is 24th.
Permission to withdraw the letter has been granted. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Chair. It's just an observation, and maybe Kabompo Council, I think moving forward, Chair, what I've noticed even from other council, our colleagues in the council will always say, we apologize, we apologize. I think this is not the first time that a committee of such has been sitting at Parliament. And I think also local government, you should do more with your officers because it's an embarrassment. This is a committee that has been sitting from January. And I'm sure our officers at every council, their ear is on this committee. So the colleagues here that you're dealing with, some of them are not accountants by nature. So, for example, I'll take one very critical example. You say the 21,000 is minimal. From where our chair is sitting, he will not know whether it's minimal. So you do not expect the committee to begin to guess on what your assumptions are on the report. Which one is very unprofessional? For me, it's very rude. For me, you are not coming very prepared. And I think, Chair, this must be put to a stop because half the time when you get from what we are getting from this committee, half of it is apologies. So then my question would be to you, local government, what then are we trying to achieve? External auditors, internal auditors, what are we trying to achieve? For me, I feel there's really very little we're achieving if half of the time we're going to get apologies. As officers, when you're coming, you have your bosses seated there. You must come prepared so that the meeting is also shortened. Your answers are accurate, they're corresponding to the evidence. So for me, I think we're receiving very minimal achievements. We are not curing the problem because we are apologies, we'll let them go, apologies, we'll let them go. So my advice next time, Kabompo Council, when you come prepared, come with evidence. There's always a saying that, my apologies, I don't know why I didn't turn it off. Yeah, I'm sorry for that, Chair. So for me, I believe that not everyone that is in jail is a thief, but because they did not produce enough proper evidence. It is not assumption-based, it is factual-based. So for me, I feel, Chair, you need to cane them a little bit more so that they get serious with the presentation. This committee will not be making judgment or being given evidence based on assumption. Let us be accurate. This is also a key wage for you or from your bosses. Your bosses are listening. And most importantly, your committee here is listening. So when you are being engaged, it becomes very difficult. Do we have competent officers, or this is just a joke, or we are wasting time? We have been rushing to get to this committee, and Chair, I don't believe we should be getting apologies as I make.
In agreeing with you, Vice Chair, allow me to just begin from the last question from Honorable Mutelo. I allowed that you withdraw the letter where you just prepare a letter to show the committee that you did something towards the query. And for me, I'm seeing the problem being in your office. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. Look at the payment voucher. With a lot of edits on the dates, that already is a problem. And you as Council Secretary, your principal advisor to these matters is not your Director of Finance, it's the internal audit. And this is the more reason even the Directorate of Internal Audit is saying, the Controller of Internal Audit, you should have taken the documents to the auditor to go through. But because now you want to do it to answer audit queries. And in doing so, you're making a lot of mistakes which are exposing a lot of weaknesses in your office. Who is going to supervise the juniors if you want to correct their mistakes? CS. You have statutory obligations. There are waivers going on. You have taken 2 years. You don't want to go and sit down with NAPSA to negotiate the debt down so that you can pay. You find that the principal amount maybe is just 200,000 or 300,000, which you are able to liquidate according to that plan that you have. But even that plan, you're trying to mislead the committee to say, okay, the debt is 2.7, but in the liquidation plan where the balance, you have brought forward the balance of 1.7. How do you liquidate a debt which stands at 2.7 and you're saying we plan on this figure, yet you have not highlighted the actual balance? So no wonder even the audit opinion, was bad, because the finance are equally not serious with your work at Kabompo. Small things, you want to apologize. You're saying the committee, we're going to apologize. So local government, these are issues that we need to take seriously. Just like Vice Chair has said, when we come here, the government is putting a lot of resources in these local authorities. But the laissez-faire attitude has continued. We apologize. You find somebody getting money which is meant for service provision, they take it to salaries. Yet the money is protected. And they come here, they apologize. And it's business as usual. Kabompo, we know you are coming from very far. But I would have loved to keep you here up to 17 hours so that you travel in the night, so that you are serious with your work. Like the council has been given from Vice Chair, let's take our work seriously. We are elected leaders here. We don't take it for granted that resources, or you, the human resource, is not doing what you're supposed to do. Yet, the financing aspect is there. We wish to withdraw our immunity and allow you to go back to Kabompo and reflect on the duties that you're supposed to perform to improve the welfare of the people in Kabompo. Go well.
Thank you, Chair.
It's a land where every person is born free. And it's a land of peace, of love and unity. This land, Zambia, land of the strong, home of the brave. Our land, Zambia, free men we stand in this land.
Chirilabombwe Municipal Council, on behalf of our permanent witness, the committee members, and indeed on my own behalf, wish to welcome you to the Committee on Local Government Accounts. We'll start our meeting with introductions, starting with the permanent witness.
Good morning, honorable members of parliament, and good morning, management of Chirilabombwe Council. My name is Patricia Malaila. I'm acting director from Office of the Auditor General. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Luvinda Sinyani from the Planning and Research Department in the Office of the Auditor General. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members of parliament. Good morning, Chirilabombwe Council. My name is Jeffani Mukuka Siame from Control of Internal Audit, Minister of Finance. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members of the committee. Morning, Chirilabombwe Municipal Council. Welcome to the committee. My name is Siame Kedrick, representing the Office of the Accountant General, Ministry of Finance and National Planning. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair and the honorable committee members. Good morning, Chirilabombwe Municipal Council. I'm Edwin Sirwimba from Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair, and good morning, members of the committee. Good morning, Town Clerk and your team. My name is Traxon Hami Andamwemba, Acting Director in charge of Kupabelt Province. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, honorable members of the committee. Good morning, witness. My name is Mlenga Bright from the Clerk's Office.
Thank you, Chair, and good morning, everyone. My name is Asteni Kalala from the Office of the Clerk.
Moses Chuva, Clerk's Office. Morning.
Town Clerk, you may introduce yourself and allow your team to equally do the same.
Thank you so much, Chair. Good morning, Chair, and good morning, members of the committee. I'm Sheila Songolo, the Town Clerk for Chirilabombwe Municipal Council. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members of the Honorable Committee. My name is Elena Nyurenda, Director of Human Resources and Administration from Chirilabombwe Municipal Council.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members of the committee. My name is Chongo Chipalo. I'm the Procurement Officer for Chirilabombwe Municipal Council.
Morning, Chair and the House. I'm Sawanda Kennedy, In-House Counsel for Chirilabombwe.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members of the committee. I'm Patrick Sakeo Kabuswe, the Group Internal Auditor.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members and permanent witnesses. Dr. Sakani is my name, Director of Public Health, Chirilabombwe Municipal Council. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members. My name is Gabriel Louis. I'm Director of Finance for Chirilabombwe Municipal Council.
Thank you, Chair, and good morning, members of the House. I'm Cosmas Mpundo, Director of Engineering Services, Chirilabombwe Municipal Council.
Thank you so much. I'll now ask honorable members of parliament to introduce themselves, starting with honorable member for Mitete.
Chair, thank you so much. Chirilabombwe, you are welcome. Mutelo Mishek, MP from Mitete and a member to this committee. Feel at home. It's your committee.
Honorable member for Mangango.
Thank you so much, Chair. Morning, everyone. Morning, Chirilabombwe Town Council. This is Luhamba Mwene, Member of Parliament for Mangango. Thank you.
Thank you. The honorable member for Kaumbwe. Honorable member for Siavonga. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning. Good morning, Chilelabombo Town Council. My name is Honorable Kampamba Mlenga. I am Member of Parliament for the good people of Kalulushi on the Copper Belt. You're most welcome.
Thank you so much. Once again, good morning, Town Clerk and your team. My name is Christopher Shakafuswa. I'm a Member of Parliament for Mandevu. And you're welcome to Mandevu constituency, where that is Honorable Mulunda. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Chair. Good morning, Chair. Good morning, TC Chizavombo and your team. My name is Mulunda Darius, Member of Parliament for Siavonga constituency and the member of the Committee on Local Government Accounts. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you. That is the substantive chair, and I'm sitting in the big shoes as a privilege for this session. Before we begin our meeting, I wish to confer you and your team with immunity according to Cap 12 of the laws of Zambia, which protects members of parliament towards their deliberations in the House and the committees with immunity, meaning that whatever you submit to this committee cannot be used against you outside Parliament or indeed any courts of law, as long as it's factual. However, should you deliberately mislead or misinform the committee, the same Cap 12 can be used against you. It is of the view of the committee that you cannot deliberately mislead it. And having said that, I now wish to invite you to make your submission.
Thank you so much, Chair. I wish to present the report, the responses from Chilelabombo Municipal Council. So, Chair, we do not appear in the main body of the report. Our queries are in the appendices of the Auditor General's report of the year ending 2022, and we'll be picking the queries per the appendix cited. So, Chair, our first query is on Appendix 1, and it is on the audit opinion. During the period under review, Chair, the report of the Auditor General on the audit of the accounts of the local authorities for financial year ended 31st December 2022, under Appendix 1, the financial statement for Chilelabombo Municipal Council were stated to be qualified. Action taken, Chair. Management wishes to report that the annual financial statement for Chilelabombo Municipal Council for the year ended 31st December 2022 were unqualified. And the same, Chair, can be evidenced under Appendix number 1 as here to attached. The remedial measures, Chair, the Council will continue to submit the annual financial statements that are free from error or omission on time to the Office of the Auditor General.
You may skip Appendix 2. We dealt with it during the CDF sitting.
Thank you so much, Chair, for that guidance. We'll go then to Appendix 14. On Appendix 14, Chair, there was an observation of overemployment of staff. Cause of query, Chair. During the period under review, the Council had 71 vacant positions. However, 118 officers were employed, resulting in excess of 47 staff who were paid salaries in amounts totaling to 2,620,870 kwacha. Action taken, Chair. Management acknowledges the Auditor General's observation and wishes to report that the Council had received from the Local Government Service Commission 118 officers against the vacant position of 71, resulting into the excess of 47 officers. Management submitted the matter to the Local Government Service Commission seeking guidance on the issue. This letter, Chair, is as attached on appendix number 7. Remedial measures, Chair, management will continue to make follow-ups with the Commission on excess staff received and continue submitting quarterly staff returns. Appendix 16, failure to confirm staff. During the period under review, 25 officers who were on probation to permanent and pensionable establishment for the periods ranging from 10 to 40 to 42 months were not confirmed. Action taken, Chair. The Council acknowledges the auditor's observation and wishes to report that 20 of the 25 cited officers have since been confirmed, and the remaining 5, Chair, are still awaits confirmation from the Local Government Service Commission, and we've attached, Chair, on appendix number 8, letters that we received to this effect. Remedial measures, Chair, management will intensify follow-ups and ensure that the remaining 5 officers are confirmed by the Local Government Service Commission. Appendix 17, Chair, is a query to do with employees without requisite qualifications. Cause of query: during the period under review, the Council had 18 officers on its staff establishment without requisite qualifications. Action taken, Chair. Management acknowledges the observations of the auditors and wish to report that the officers were advised to further their studies so as to acquire the necessary requisite qualifications to fill the posts, failure to which they risk losing their positions. Currently, Chair, I wish to report that 16 officers are studying, except for the 2 that are separated. One has separated already. The other one pens retirement. He is on leave, Chair. So the letter to the Local Government Service Commission also seeking guidance on this matter, and admission letters of the said currently studying officers have been attached in appendix 9. Remedial measures, Chair, management to ensure that only qualified officers are recommended to fill existing vacant posts and intensify appraisals. Appendix 19, failure to secure properties with title deeds. Chair, the cause of query is that under period under review, the Council did not secure title deeds of 20 properties. Action taken, Chair. We wish to report that the 20 properties in question have since been paid for and are on offer by the Ministry of Lands. The Council is currently waiting for the Ministry to issue the title deeds. And the offer letters, Chair, to this effect have also been attached on Appendix 10. Remedial measures, Chair, management will ensure that once the Council acquires a property, it will immediately commence the process of acquiring title deeds from the Ministry of Lands. Appendix 23, failure to establish a waste disposal site. Chilabombwe Municipal Council. Cause of query, Chair, failure to establish beg your pardon, a council dump site. Action taken, Chair. The Council has identified a 3-acre parcel of land to establish its own waste dump site due to the fact that the Council has been using a private-owned dump site belonging to Corp Waste. And further, the identified parcel of land has since been numbered by Ministry of Lands. Copies of the extras of minutes where Council sat, Chair, to establish this parcel of land, and also the site plan have been attached on Appendix 11 Chair, with your indulgence, in this case, I would like to circulate a numbered parcel of land by Ministry of Lands.
You can submit it to Secretariat.
Thank you, Chair. Remedial measures, Chair. The 2024 budget has an allocation of 1,250,245.56 ngwe towards the formulation of an environmental brief, land clearing, and boundary fencing at the allocated site. Once completed, the center will not only resolve the issues surrounding to waste management, but also create employment. Appendix 24, Chair, is a query to do with failure to fence the dump site. Cause of query, failure to fence the dump site. The action taken is that the Council has since written to Corp Waste, Solid Waste Management Company, on the need to adhere to the requirements on the waste disposal regulations. The letter to Corp Waste and minutes of the meeting held with this company, Chair, have been attached on appendix number 12. Remedial measures, Chair, the Council will continue to engage Corp Waste on the management of this dump site. Appendix 30, Chair, it is a query on failure to dispose of unserviceable vehicles. And the number that was cited is 8. Cause of query, Chair, during the period under review, the Council had 8 motor vehicles and 8 moving equipment that were unserviceable and not disposed of. Chair, again, I want to beg your indulgence that we make a correction on the action taken in this narration, that management wishes to report that 6 and not 7, that is here, Chair, 6 of the 8 above mentioned assets were disposed of, and the remaining 2 and not 1 vehicles were not sold because the bid amounts were lower than the reserve price set by the Department of Valuation and Property Management. Suffice, Chair, to mention that the remaining vehicles have since been approved by the Council for re-auctioning. So, Chair, we've attached to this effect the minutes of the Council that has since approved that the re-auction takes place, and also that the disposal report, which indicates the previous disposal of these assets, which we did to Secretary to Treasury, has also been attached, Chair, on appendix number 13. The major measures, Chair, management to ensure that in future the unserviceable equipments are expeditiously disposed in line with the Public Finance Management Act. Appendix 32, Chair, is failure to settle outstanding social obligations. And cause of query, Chair, during the period under review, the Council owed Zambia Regional Revenue Authority, NAPSA, and LASIF, and other institutions amounting to 26,288,584 kwacha in respect of payee, pension, and other contributions. Action taken, Chair, the Council wishes to report that it is in discussion with ZRA to automate its revenue collection points at the border so that ZRA can retain a percentage of the collection to offset arrears of pay as you earn. The MOU was also signed to this effect, and we are at the final stage of ZRA configuring the Council on its website. The Council is currently paying 152,000 kwacha towards NAPSA in arrears, and it's also paying the current as it falls due. Further, Chair, the Council is paying 50,000 kwacha per month to LASIF on arrears, as well as paying the current as it falls due. So far, Chair, the Council wishes to report that we have since paid a total sum of 499,942,032 ngwe towards the outstanding social obligations, and the table chair shows there the breakdown of the paid amounts. Remedial measures, Chair, the Council will continue to pay the historical debt as well as the current as they fall due, and ensure that the payment plans are implemented. In conclusion, Chair, we wish to assure the committee that the remedial measures submitted will be implemented and reviewed for further improvements. We wish to submit, Chair, to this esteemed committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Town Clerk. I believe that the Town Clerk and their team have provided the committee with sufficient evidence. I now call for interventions from honorable members of the committee. Honorable Mwene.
Thank you so much, Chair. Chair, we can start with page 6, TC, failure to establish a waste disposal site. TC, before you were audited, you did not think of finding a piece of land to be made as a waste disposal site. Why did you have to wait for auditors for you to realize the need of a waste disposal site? Meanwhile, you know that it is the council's responsibility. I submit, Chair.
TC.
Thank you so much, Chair. The question has duly been received. I think at the time we were using this dump site, we had a dump site actually we were using. But Chair, I think with time we thought of improving the way of doing the managing solid waste. And we want to mechanize, it's a shift actually towards the mechanization of a dump site, Chair, as opposed to the way we are currently doing things. So as to why we had to wait, I think the plan has been there, Chair, except that finances needed to be mobilized for us to commence. I submit, Chair. Thank you.
Any other interventions? Honorable Mtelo.
Thank you, Chairperson. Page 4 of employment. You wrote to the Service Commission, Local Government Service Commission, in June last year, and to date, where is the Human Resource Officer? And to date, no follow-up. Does it mean you are still overemployed? These amounts are paid to the staff, the excess staff. What has happened? You are quiet on that. What is your take, you and your team? Are you still overemployed? If yes, why? The monies you've said, these monies were paid to these people. What has happened? And if you are still overemployed, what is happening to the monies you are paying to the excess officers? No wonder, Chair, as you go on, you will now find people employed but unqualified. I don't want to go out of Chililabombo. I would have mentioned to say in Zambia, even at ZESCO here. For your own information, even at ZESCO here, you have a list of people getting paid, but they are not working.
Can you stick to Chililabombo? Are you done with the question?
Yes, sir. I withdraw ZESCO. and stick to Chililabombwe?
Yes, Town Clerk.
Yes, Chair. I think the question is, are we still overemployed? I would say yes, we're still overemployed. It's a matter that we've been actually bringing forth even to our superiors, the Local Government Service Commission. But I think I wish we brought, Chair, with your indulgence, we can bring one of the responses that was done for 2022, for 2021 audit, where actually it was also noted from their end that this has been like a historical matter that they are trying to resolve gradually. So we actually had that response, but for 2022, I think we are still waiting for feedback. So, Chair, that's what I'll just say for now. Thank you.
Have you made a follow-up? I've seen your data.
Yes,
Have you made a follow-up?
The feedback,
with the commission?
Chair, through June, I'm learning it's historical. So you 2021 queried, 2022 this is the query. Where I'm sitting, auditor, even in 2023 this query will still come. So when are we going to see? When are we going to resolve this matter? Where I stand, there is no matter that will keep on without being resolved. No. Hence my other question, this amount paid, so you are still paying. Meanwhile, the services, Chair, for the people in Chiriabobo.
I think my guidance on this is that we reserve our questions to the Local Government Service Commission, since they are the ones who, even the letters, the local authority has written to them to rectify this situation, and so we will need to ask the Local Government Service Commission. We can hold our fire on this. Maybe we go to other questions.
Chair, with your guidance, but they just indicated there is some more follow-ups, because there's only one follow-up here. I will follow the guidance from the boss here.
From the chair. I'm not
The chair,
boss.
from the chair. The chair.
Yes, Honorable Mwene.
But Chair, on the amount paid, because it is
I want you to reserve these good questions to the Local Government Service Commission, because obviously the monies paid to these officers who are overemployed could be used towards other services. I know where you are going.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
For reading my mind.
Thank you. Honorable Mwene.
Thank you so much. TC, can we go to page 8? Appendix 32. Failure to settle outstanding statutory obligations. TC, at the time of audit, you had a balance, an outstanding balance of about over 26 million. Now I can see you have tried to settle certain amounts. My question is, according to your plan, when do you intend to finish off paying this statutory obligation? Because you need to be on current. You don't need to be owing. And this is accumulating to a lot of interests. So when do you intend to finish off paying this obligation? My next question, TC, is what are your other sources of income as a council, apart from maybe the anyway, what are your sources of income as a council? Let me not try to answer some of your responses. I submit, Chair.
Thank you so much, and we appreciate the question, Chair. The question is, when do we intend to liquidate this amount? Chair, we we actually had planned to do so this year and perhaps next year. We did update our valuation rule, and we were very expectant that by December it was going to be approved, and that this year we're going to start the implementation. But unfortunately, the tribunal didn't sit last year, so we are hoping that it will be attended to by the tribunal this year, so that we can approve, we can have an updated rule that would then boost a lot of revenue. As you may be aware, Chair, most of our revenue are based on the property rates. So, Chair, we would then have a very concrete answer once the tribunal sits, because it will review most of the upwards adjustment to our figures, and our intention was that as soon as we were aware and the sitting takes place, we will now call our ratepayers and meet them and conclude on this issue, Chair. That was our intention. So, Chair, sorry, I think there was another question, a follow-up question, of the other sources of revenue. So we've got a number of sources of revenue: levies from daily levies, these market levies, levies, the property rates, as well as DF can add on the others.
Thank you, Chair. Our main source of revenue as a council comes from property tax, Chair, which accounts for about 60% of our annual revenue. Then the other component, Chair, is these are the levies. Examples are these are market fees. We also have what we call in Kasumbalesa track levy. So these incomes actually they account for about 20% of our annual budget. Then the remaining part, Chair, these are various fees and charges that we normally charge. These includes income from sale of plots, these are site plans and other fees. So this also accounts for about 20% of our annual budget.
For ZRA, you have said you are in discussion so that they automate their collection point so that they can retain a certain percentage. When do you intend to operationalize this?
Thank you, Chair. Very soon. There are just some steps that we are currently doing in terms of raising awareness to the payers, the trackers. Otherwise, it's a matter that has advanced.
We're in the second quarter.
We are in the
I know you're using a very technical term, very soon. Do we see this happening in the third quarter?
I think second quarter, Chair.
End of second
Yes, Chair. Thank you.
Honorable Mwene.
Thank you so much, Chair. From the look of things, according to your council, how much is your monthly revenue for you to have such a huge outstanding debt? I submit, Chair.
How much is your internally generated revenue per month?
Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. Our monthly revenue collection, it goes somewhere around 5.5 million. But I think, Chair, I need to mention that the huge proportion of our monthly income actually goes to salaries and wages, which accounts to about 4 million. Chair, thank you.
No, Chirabombo is a very rich council. They have mines.
Yes, Chair. Chirabombo is a very rich council, as you are putting it. So I tend to wonder why Chirabombo can have such a huge outstanding statutory obligation, because they have all the minerals, all the mines there. They have got rates, they have got taxes and so on, which is so for other councils, Chair, I have seen councils that have got even you have seen councils with almost close to 100 and something thousand statutory obligation. not these millions. And those councils, Chair, don't have any reasonable sources of income, but they are committed. Why should Uchirirabombwe, that has got a very huge source of revenue, have such kind of a huge debt? TC, it's like you are not prioritizing these statutory obligations. You are prioritizing other obligations. What is the challenge that you have in Chirirabombwe for you to have such a huge debt of statutory obligations? They also need these monies. They need these monies. So what is your challenge? And I believe that's the more reason why you are TC now. It's to sort out such kind of challenges that you found. I know you can tell your committee that this is inherited challenges, but you need to sort out this. That's why you're in that office today, together with your entire team. So what is your challenge really for you to reach 26 million or fail or not able to liquidate statutory obligations by the end of a year or two? I submit, Chair.
Thank you. Additional Vice Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Chirirabombwe Council, I'm just a rider from what the previous speaker has highlighted. We know for a fact that Chirirabombwe Municipal Council is a very rich council, because obviously your area of collection in terms of revenue is wide, especially that you are dealing with the mines, and the mines have subcontractors who are also mining. So we know for a fact that development is a ripple effect. So when you look at NAPSA, LASEF, NIMA, ZRIA, Medson, these institutions also have employees who need payments in terms of emoluments. So I know for a fact, because I'm coming also, Chair, from a mining township, that within the mines, the big mines, there are also subcontractors who are also miners. So when I say that your net is cast wider than other councils, I think, Chair, if the council would get more serious in offsetting the debt, if their commitment really is to offsetting the debt, this debt would have been taken care of. I know, for example, other companies, in terms of if you're saying the rates that you're collecting from the mines is going to pay or buying equipment, there's what we're calling corporate social responsibility. And these other, if you did a workout plan and said we're going to settle the outstanding debts just from the mines, not even from other revenue, you would settle this debt. But for me, what I find, Chair, from councils is that when monies come, it is the council that leashes the money. Trips, unnecessary workshops. So you find that prioritizing, I don't know how local government. Again, it goes back, Chair, to my query. What are we trying to cure if year in, year out, it's the same issues? Chirirabombwe is bigger than Kalulushi, but when you look at how our settlement has been, it's been much better. We understand that, yes, you have obviously a bigger workforce, but commitment is very important, TC. Let's prioritize so that next year when you come, or even in the months to come, this debt, if you put your foot down and said, this is what a council, this is what Chirirabombwe, you turn out to be the best council, especially now that we are seeing improvements in the mines. And Chair, it's just not the mines, there are mines within the mines, because it's not the actual mines mining. They have subcontractors, so there are mines within the mines. So your net is cast wider. So, Chair, for me, I would expect more commitment in terms of payment. Development is a ripple effect. If you pay NAPSA, NAPSA will pay the retirees. If you pay LASIF, these are your employees who are looking for money. They worked for the money and they want the money, and people are suffering, and we are holding on to the money. 3 million, just for these are your workers that kept the council running. 3 million is very little money. If you just sit with KCM and say, give us the money, you sit with the JCHX or whatever it is, here, Luvambe, they'll give you this money. This is money you can just offset. But the notion and the term of reference has been, the money has come. No, me, you owed me my settling in allowance. No, me, we went for this workshop. So it just goes round and round and round. And truth be told, it's our officers that benefit when this money is coming for rents. And you find the councillors themselves, they do nothing because they have to approve on how the monies are going to whatever. So local government, you have a lot of work to do. But my advice to you, Chair, is that can we get excitement through this committee so that we get new things that we're going to resolve? Even before the councils come in, we know what the story is. It becomes boring, local government. Can we have new issues on the table? I submit, Chair.
Thank you so much. Town Clerk, this council given, are you able to comment on the challenges so that we hear it from you? What challenge are you having in paying, breaking down this huge amount?
Thank you so much, Chair. We can only say that the opinion is quite appreciated. However, as a municipality, we've actually we had a lot of priorities. I think probably back yes to the people in terms of buying equipment to just service the communities in terms of earth moving equipment using the local generated resources. I think Chirabombwe has been one of the councils that has been doing so. Chair, we just want to also indicate that yes, we've got a lot of big rate payers, but we want to register that they've also been struggling. Not to mention on air, KCM, we have arrears. I think we are aware of what is happening. But Chair, we take your observation that indeed prioritizing the structural obligations is quite very important, which actually we have tried to make sure that we pay the current and deal with the arrears so that we liquidate in no time. Thank you so much.
Honorable Mtelo.
How I wish, Chair, that the summary of how you are generating your local revenues was here. I know that you've lumped everything, because we would have liked to get to know how much you get from where, what you budgeted. But Chair, that information has been hidden. It's not there for your committee to peruse. No wonder they can just say, no, you know we are struggling. If we cannot have faith and trust in Chililabombwe, yes, KCM, of course, I don't want to be the prophets of today. The Vice Chair has said it all. You've seen Mupani in Kitwe. I should think you are also praying, isn't it? Yeah. So, but we should be happy to see how you are treating the Ngwezi before we can trust you with the Kwachas. If you can't manage the Ngwezi, how can we trust you with the Kwachas? Then it just justifies what the Vice Chair has said. Local authorities, Chair, have forgotten their core mandate, service provision. But you heard what your chairperson said, Chairperson, Local Government Service Commission. You were listening, or you never picked him on that day? Were you listening, Town Clerk?
Maybe Chair, which day in specific?
Oh,
sorry.
All right.
Wait for him to say. So that
Well, I leave that to the chairperson. But you should be hearing from your chairperson.
Your question, Honorable Member?
I have no question since they have concealed as to how they are raising their revenue.
Municipal Council, I wish to thank you for your appearance before the committee. Enough counsel has been given towards the queries that you were cited in the AG's report. Make sure that you deal with the matters as you go back. Issues of waste, you are a mining town. Make sure that you put priority to issues of managing the environment. You don't need to be reminded by the auditors. Issues of managing your human resource, you don't need to be reminded by the auditors. Ensure that you engage the Local Government Service Commission on time and make follow-ups. We believe you finalize with ZRA and also take advantage of the amnesty that NAPSA has given to negotiate down some of these dues, because they may just be penalties, so that they reduce the principal sum and then you'll be able to pay. And also attend to the other dues like LASIF. That is money that is going to be used after you retire. You may be working, I can see council maybe in his sunset days with the local authority. We don't want you to be going back, pay me, pay me. I remember at Lusaka City Council, they would come with axes, you know, katemo. DF, if you don't pay. So let's deal with those issues. I hereby take back the immunity that was given back to you. We allow you to travel back to Chililabombwe and celebrate your day tomorrow. Go well.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, members.
is what it has come to. The moment that defines a season. It's the finale, and I want it all. I want all the goals and the drama. the tricks and the flicks, and the chance from the ultras. I want Pep and Crop racing for the top. I want the Ancelotti Ibro race. And Osimhen masking up. I want the biggest stars shining on Champions League nights. I want the fairy tale stories and the glory. But we can't forget football heritage, maintaining the balance. I want the passion of Serie A. I want the flair of La Liga. I want the Premier League. I want the football finals. I want it all. Reconnect to catch every match live on DSTV.
Are you ready for this? Abso-totally yes!
Get ready for a whole month of more on us.
Yeah.
Yes, from the 12th of April until the 11th of May, all DSTV Kids channels will be open to all customers.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Which means a whole lot more holiday fun for everyone.
Yeah!
More channels.
Right?
More shows.
Big time.
More of these guys.
Perfect.
And those gals. More of this and even more of that. True. All at no additional cost.
How divine.
And all you need to do is reconnect or stay connected to DSTV.
You've worked hard for your money, and DSTV gives you a lot more to enjoy for a lot less than you think. So rather than fast foods just for you, how about entertainment for the whole family? Instead of date night with your bae, how about countless nights for you, bae, and the kids? And don't settle for a few hours with your homies. Settle in with over 720 hours of the best entertainment on the continent.
Triple drum roll.
We've got everything, including movies, series, sport, kids,
Totally awesome.
and local shows.
I'm here.
Watch on the go with DSTV Stream and control your entire account with the My DSTV app. Enjoy incredible extras like crystal clear HD, box office, and catch up. And with so many different package options, there's something to suit every pocket. DSTV, a lot more to enjoy for a lot less than you think.
From Kwabulozi to Kabwata, we here to glorify Jesus.
Yesu enkonto iyonjende lako Yesu enkonto ya mweo Yesu eliwe iyonjimini nako Yesu eliwe ya mweo
Kulipe kweniyenda poverty nayo back to the sender ponse popoka Yesu wamenda misisitanga tonse yapenda we praise God all day look at the seas the winds